Have you ever booked a vacation rental only to call and have them tell you they cannot find your reservation? That is what has happened to us, and that is the story I am about to share with you. So, most of us know about vacation rentals such as Vrbo, Airbnb, and you can also find them on Expedia and many other sites as well. And a lot of people use these third-party sites as an easy means of finding a resort. And that is the same thing I did, or so I thought. Now, most of the time, I would usually book a hotel or resort directly. However, a lot of times you can use Expedia to get a good discount. And a lot of times I just use Vrbo because I like Vrbo and I've never had a problem with them. Nor have I ever had a problem with Expedia. And I came across a site called vacation.com, and the website looked great. It was nice and easy to use. All the resorts were listed, and I was like, wow, this is a great site. So I decided to book a few resorts with them. But first, I will give you a little backstory into everything and where this all started. Back in February, we decided we wanted to go down to Florida in late July, early August for vacation. We were going to spend some of our time at Disney World and the rest of our time at either a Vrbo, a hotel, or a resort. So I went on Google and looked up vacation rentals. Of course, I looked up Vrbo and didn't really see anything that I wanted to stay at. So I came across this site called vacation.com, and everything, like I said previously, looked great. And I booked a resort on their site, and everything went perfect. Now, fast forward a couple of weeks later, and we decided that we wanted to go somewhere for our birthdays in June. And, well, we decided we wanted to go to Branson. So I looked up Vrbo, didn't really see anything I liked. So I went back on the Vacacious site and found a resort I really liked. However, I forgot to book it long enough out, so I wound up booking two, which was fine because that way I could do a review of two resorts in Branson. Now, a few days ago, we were looking at the price of the one resort and thinking, well, you know, we are going down to Florida in July and August, so maybe it would be great to save some money, considering the one resort was almost $700 for 2 nights, and the other one was $150 for 2 nights, and we could find a cheaper resort. So we went back on vacation.com, found a cheaper site for $416, and we booked that one. Then I went over to the email to cancel said reservations of the other two. However, when I got to the email, there was no link to cancel the reservation, which was kind of weird. However, they did say that you could either email them or call them. So I decided to email them stating that, hey, I need to cancel these 2 reservations because I can't go to these 2. And in about an hour later, I got an email back stating, we can't find your reservation. Are you sure you booked with us and not through a third-party site? I found this quite strange because the email said it was from vacation.com and it had a Vacation confirmation number on it. So I looked and said, yeah, it's from Vacation. So I emailed them back with the screenshots of the 2 properties with the Vacation logo saying it's from vacation.com and the reservation number. However, I didn't get any email back, and it was kind of late, so I was like, oh well, maybe they're closed. I'll wait till tomorrow. They'll probably call tomorrow. Well, the next day around 10 a.m. I still hadn't received an email back. Thought, well, that's kind of strange. So I gave them a call. On the phone, the lady answered and didn't seem like she really wanted to be there. And I told her what was going on. I said, hey, I sent an email and they said they couldn't find my reservation. I need to cancel these 2 reservations because I'm going with somewhere else. And she asked me what properties I was staying at, and I told her. And she said, well, Vacation just recently acquired those properties. And I said, well, it's funny because I made the reservation a while back. So that doesn't make sense. And she goes, well, are you sure you booked through Vacation and not someone else? And I said, yes, I definitely booked through Vacation because I'm looking right at the email and it says it's from vacation.com with a Vacation confirmation number, and I just need to know how to cancel. And she said to me, she says, oh, well, you could probably just cancel online. And well, that is not possible because there is no cancellation link anywhere on the email. So I told her, well, that's not possible because obviously there is no cancellation link there. So how do I cancel? And she goes, well, you could probably cancel with the resort. And well, I had already tried online to cancel with the resort, and it said it couldn't find my reservation, so that was kind of strange. And she put me on hold, and about 3 minutes later answered back, can I have your reservation number? And I proceeded to give her the reservation numbers, and she said, oh, our reservation numbers start with 1,000. And it was, I think it started with a 29 or something like that. And I said, well, I don't have anything that starts with 1,000. And it says right here, Vacation confirmation number, blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, well, I want to know if my Florida reservation is good, because I don't want to get down to Florida and not have a hotel or a resort. And she asked me, does it start with 1,000? And I said, well, no. She said, yeah, then that's no good. And I basically said, well, what kind of scam site is this? Because it obviously says Vacation. I am not very happy with this. I am going to make a review and tell everybody I know about this. I did call the resort afterwards and talk to the desk manager, and he did say that he did have my reservation. So Vacation, okay, they did give my reservation to the hotel. So I was like, okay, maybe I am overreacting. And so I talked to the guy, and he asked me what my reservation number was, and I explained to him, I didn't have it. I booked it through Vacation, and I gave him my name and the dates that we were supposed to be staying there, and he said, oh yes, I do have your reservation, but when you book it through a third-party site, you can't, or they don't give us all the information. Basically all they give us is your name and the dates you are staying, and I was trying to cancel it, and he said they could not cancel it on their end. I would have to cancel it through the third party. Well, that was great and all, but Vacatia was saying still they could not find my reservation. So I am very confused here. I am just going to have to cancel my credit card and get a new one sent, because I am not getting charged for one night stay in each of those resorts, because Vacatia doesn't know what they're doing. So this video is just to kind of warn you about booking with Vacatia. Now, I don't know how many people this has happened to. I may be the only one, but just beware. Luckily, I had done it through the pay later, because you had options to either pay now, pay in payments, or pay later. So I did the pay later option, so I didn't have to spend $800 all at once. Luckily I did that, so my card was never charged. However, when the time comes, I'm sure they would try to charge my card. So we're just gonna have to cancel it. I explained to the credit card company what's going on. They said that's fine, we'll shut off that card and send you a new one. No problem. So, in conclusion, just be wary of the site Vacatia.com. Let me know, have you ever used Vacatia.com or any other site that was a little bit sketchy? Let me know down in the comments, and we'll see you on the next video.